Connor Rogers here at the NFL Combine alongside pass rusher Princely Umanmielen. Princely, thanks for joining us, man. How are you doing today?
Appreciate you having me. I'm doing pretty good.
So, listen, you transferred from Florida to Ole Miss, and somehow the production even blows up more. What helped you there take your game even further?
Yeah, I think what really helped me out taking my game further at Ole Miss compared to Florida was, I feel like Ole Miss's their coaching staff is a bit underrated. Like
Okay.
Coach Kiffin has a lot of NFL experience on that coaching staff, but also what really helped me out too was just being surrounded by guys on that D line that were also really really good. Like I'm pretty sure like our whole starting D line is here right now.
Yeah,
So just,
they are. They're all coming by today.
Yeah, having just elite guys like that on the D line really opens up and helps me get one-on-ones.
What makes Walter Nolan so unique, bringing up your teammates? I mean,
Yeah.
you don't see a lot of guys at that size. You both are unique like this. You're bigger guys that can move like smaller guys.
I think, man, he's just blessed with God-given talent. To be honest,
Former
man.
number
Like,
one recruit.
Yeah, for sure. Like just watching him play, it's like his explosive. What really jumps off the wall for me watching him is how explosive he is and how the way he explodes off the ball in his get off.
What draft guys, I think one of the things they're always blown away with you watching you is you have a deep bag of pass rush moves. Like a lot of college players, it's like, okay, bull rush, maybe a swipe. Some guys like to try a spin. I feel like we've seen it all from you.
I appreciate
How
that.
did you develop that array of like such a deep bag of moves?
Yeah, I think what helps me out is that I'm very instinctual. Like I think a lot of guys, they have a thought process and whenever they're about to pass rush. And for me, I never really think as far when I'm pass rushing. It's a natural thing for me. Like I'm going off what the offensive tackle gives me,
Right.
and the offensive tackle is not going to give you the same thing every time, so I can't do the same move every time.
So is it something you're basically setting up moves throughout the game where it's like, okay, I know this guy saw this from me in the first half, but in the second half I have this kind of counter move. It's
Exactly.
almost like boxing, I feel like, pass
for sure.
rushing.
For sure. Like, especially like if you watch the Georgia game, there was a couple of like the first,
a good one.
the first couple of pass rushes I had, I was going straight speed off the edge. I got a sack off speed off the edge, and then I come back and the guy thinks I'm going to go speed again, so I hit him with the spin move. And then at the end of the game, I did 2 spin moves, so then I hesitate, like maybe I'm going to spin and then come back around to the outside. So, yeah, like you said, it's like boxing or pitching.
So for you, with your speed off the edge, and you're flexible, you're a guy that could bend, do you kind of wait for the tackle to start to overset, and it kind of opens that door for you to use those counter moves?
Yes, sir, for sure.
So, all right. So we got to see you at the Senior Bowl, full week of practice and everything. I think you came in bigger than people thought. People
Yeah.
thought you're a lighter pass rusher because of all the moves you have. Is that something you've been working to bulk up for the NFL, or you just played it this way and people don't realize it?
Yeah, for sure. Like this past season at Ole Miss, I missed 2 games, so there was like a time where I was injured between the season. But I ranged anywhere from 245 to 260. My first 2 years of college, I was 260 to 275, and then my first 3 years, and then my last season at Florida, I was about 255, 260. So yeah, I've always really played at a big size. Like this season was really like the first half of the season was really the lightest I ever played. It was around 245, 250.
Is there, when you meet with teams, do you ever get a sense from them of maybe there are different roles they want you to play, or it's like, hey, this is who I am, I'm going to show up at this weight, and this is where I'm most comfortable?
Yeah, nah, I've never had that mindset like this is who I am.
I need to be 245.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm down and ready to play whatever I need to play. Like I said, I've had experience from playing anywhere from the 2-eye to a 5 technique, so
Yep.
to a 9 technique. So I can get down in there. It don't matter.
Is the wide 9 your favorite, though? Most pass rushers love that.
Man, I would say it's my favorite because that's just like what I do. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the easiest is like a 3 technique
Why is that?
because the guards are slow.
They don't got the feet to match the
Yeah.
movements. So when you meet with these NFL teams here nonstop, what's the one thing you want to walk out of here and be like, I'm glad they learned that about me?
That's a great question. I feel like you see I feel like you see a lot of things of me on social media. Like for example, like Lane Kiffin. People probably think Kiffin is one way because how they see him on social
Yeah.
media, but in person he's the complete opposite. He's introverted. He's very non-confrontational. But I would say that I'm just really a respectful young man. I was born Nigerian, so respect is just a big thing in our culture. So I just feel like that I'm a great human being, and I feel like that I was just raised with great parents and raised the right way.
What did your parents think when you started playing American football?
Yeah, for sure. Like, they thought we were just doing it for fun. They
Right.
didn't think it was
Social.
gonna come this far.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, now it's worked out pretty well.
Yes, sir.
If you could train with one NFL pass rusher, could be a guy that plays now, could be a guy from the past. Is there one guy you'd be like, man, I'd love to spend an hour with him and just kind of pick his brain?
Yeah, that's probably DeMarcus Ware.
Why's that?
He, like you said about me, he just had an array of pass rush moves.
Spin move, he can
Exactly.
counter inside, he's got the
Yeah.
outside speed.
I actually hit the fake spin a couple times in
Yes,
practice.
it's one of my favorites in the NFL. It's rarely used. I hope we get to see you
Yeah, I
use
never
it in
used
the
it in
NFL.
the game. I'm gonna try to get one in the game.
Is getting off the ball something that you can practice, or do you think edge rushers, it's like, hey, man, I'm born this way. I'm just this explosive in the short area?
That's a great question. I feel like as far as me, I feel like I was gifted in that sense of just reaction time and how far I get in my first step, like with my explosiveness in my get off. But I do feel like guys can work on it. I've seen guys in college work on it and get better at it. But as far as I go, I've worked on it before. Don't get me wrong. You got to work on those things. But I feel like I do have a mix of God-given talent in that area.
Who's the best offensive lineman you faced in college? You got to play against a lot of good ones in the SEC.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. As far as pass rusher goes, I don't think nobody could mess with me. But in the run game, I would have to say Will. I keep forgetting his last name. Will from
LSU?
Will Campbell.
Will
yeah,
Campbell.
yeah,
He'd
for
probably
sure.
be the first one taken.
Yeah,
So he's
yeah.
got good grip strength in the run game. He's
exactly.
a mauler. Yep.
Yeah.
So what do you like to do away from football when you got a little time?
Away from football, I just recently got into bowling a little bit, not too crazy, but I'm into movies and shows, MMA. I try to get a little bit of MMA training in. I'm into fashion now too.
Okay.
And then before I got to college, when I had time, I used to make YouTube videos.
You should get back.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get back into it because college was just so time taxing. I wasn't been able to do it as much.
Last one. What is it about MMA that the guys in the trenches use it for? We see it from offensive linemen. We see it from pass rushers. Is it like the reach? What are the benefits of training in MMA for football?
Yeah, for sure. Like me personally, I got into it just loving the UFC, watching guys like Kamaru, other Nigerian and Africans like Kamaru Usman and Israel Adesanya. And what made me get into the training is I had teammates that were doing boxing, but I was like, I'd rather do MMA. But I think it really helps with like just the hand-eye coordination and seeing hands getting thrown at you, moving out the way. So like when you get punches, you get punched by the offensive tackle. So just being able to train your hands and your body to just, I guess, move out the way or move them hands out the way.
Princely Umanmielen, we can't wait to watch you at the NFL level. I can't wait to see the fake spin. Take some action in the NFL. Thanks for the time, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.